Welcome to 5D Warriors of Light. I'm here with my very good friend, Heather, who is a tarot card reader. Today, we'll be doing a collective reading update, an energy update for the collective, coming up with this Lionsgate portal and this huge influx of energies that have been happening on the planet over the last couple of weeks. So, Heather, before we get into drawing the tarot and doing all those things that we love to do, talk to us a little bit about how you've been feeling the last week or two and what made you decide that this is the time to create a video to help the collective through this intense period.
Well, it's been a roller coaster for the last 2 weeks of emotions. A lot of healing, so that's always good. And I was just guided to start doing this now. It's time. It's time for us to come forward with our gifts and help humanity. So here we are. Okay, so I'm going to pull the first card. I'm going to do an animal. I was called to do an animal for the collective right now. So the animal spirit that is with the collective right now is ant spirit and the moth spirit. So this is...
I found a moth in my shower today.
Really?
And I've been seeing ants in the house, which is obviously never a good sign, but they haven't been many. It's just been like ones and twosies, and they've been different sizes. So it's just ironic that we got moths and ants, and I've been seeing them.
Yep, here's the ants.
Hmm.
So right away, the moth spirit is saying surrender now, which is what we're doing right here, right now, because, you know, for me, this has been a battle to come on the camera, and I'm surrendering because it's time. And I feel that everybody is needing to surrender. And with the time to collaborate, working together, we are starseeds and light workers, fallen angels. We're all here to make a difference, and we all need to work together and not fight each other with our egos. We need to put all that to the side because we are all here. We all have different gifts. No one's better than the other. You know, I feel that's a big issue. We all have different gifts, and together we make a whole.
I believe that. I believe that for certain. I mean, over the last 9 months, as I've been making more of this spiritual content, I've noticed that I've been asking a lot of people to come on with me and to do things, and they weren't ready. They weren't really excited about it. They kind of still felt like they needed to heal more. They needed to do all these things, and it was disappointing to me at first. And then I realized that I've been at this for 4 years, and it's still hard for me to come on camera. It's still hard for me to put myself out there, to be vulnerable. And a lot of times I go long periods without making any content is because I'm scared of what people are thinking of me. So it's easy to get in our heads when it's time for us to do our missions, but it's time now. There is nothing left. Like Heather said, we are here to do a mission. We are here to come together as one and embrace our gifts and move forward. And the only way to do that is if more people know about what it is we're doing and know what it is we're about. And the only way we can really do that right now is by putting ourselves out there in the uncomfortable situations and seeing what comes of it, right?
Yep, absolutely. So now I'm going to pull some tarot. I'm going to do a past, present, and future for the collective. So past energies for the collective, please. 2 cups. Okay, current energies. Ooh, that one flew. Did you see that fly? I love when that happens. We got the 8 of Wands. And then what is the near future for the collective energies? And when I say near future, I'm thinking about a month from now.
Okay.
Like this is about 30 days out because energies change every now moment. So this will be on the most prominent, as I say, timeline for the next 30 days. Ooh, we got the Tower. Ooh.
Oh, no, wait. Don't judge the Tower right away. It just means that there's transformation coming. One thing's ending, another thing's beginning, and it's
Ooh.
gonna be fucking intense.
Ooh. So it is. The tower is intense, but it's crucial for our growth and to get us where we need to go. Because let's face it, we wouldn't get out of the uncomfortable on our own.
I say that all the time. I say, we talk about the last 12,000 years of darkness and how horrible it's been on the planet and this and that, and it has been. But the amount of evolution, spiritual, and even both material evolution we've done in the last 12,000 years, it's incredible because of the drama that was put onto this planet that forced us to evolve. That's why tarot works. That's why reading your natal chart and understanding where your planets are in your it all works, is because we literally come down with default programming. We pretty much create an entire life for us to walk through to wake up. And eventually when you ascend, like we're doing in this life, when you wake up and when you clear your energy body and you start to become who you've always been, it's no longer living a simulation because you've already won. Then it's actually being yourself and going forth and doing what it is that you're meant to do. So talk about the first card. We're coming from Two of Cups. All right. So what does that mean?
So Two of Cups is about harmony and togetherness, unity. So that's where we're coming from. I feel, with the whole COVID, really did bring people together as much as it tore us apart. But it made us realize, when we are together, how important it is, being isolated from people showed us how important it is to be together. So, and then with the Eight of Wands and our current energies, to me, this is manifestation. It's also communication. To me, information is going to be coming in. It's going to come in pretty fast with fire, which is going to cause this tower moment. So this could be disclosure.
I think it's a big one.
30 months, but also in our personal lives, it could be a job, relationships, anything like that. Something's going to come in and it's going to basically tear our walls down. That's what the tower is, to our core, so we can rebuild a more solid foundation.
And we watch tarot. We watch a lot of tarot readers, not a lot of tarot readers, but we watch a good amount of tarot readings. And we've been getting this a lot, actually. We've been seeing a lot of tarots. We've been seeing a lot of lower swords cards. So let's talk real quick for the audience that may not know what each suit is. Let's talk real quick about what does swords do? Swords is all your mental body, right? So when you're pulling a swords deck, it's more of what's going on in the mental body. Wands are your spiritual body, right? Emotional, spiritual.
Yeah, I would say a combination, because fire is very passionate. They're passionate,
And then you have pentacles.
They're intense. They're intense too.
Yes. And you have pentacles, which is your money, but also material, I'd say, more than anything.
Material. So let's go through the suits. So swords is represented by the air signs. So it'd be Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. Like you said, mental, fast, very fast moving. And then the next would be the wands, and that represents the fire. Again, the passion, intensity. It's also pretty quick moving. Then next to me would be the water, the cups, which is more our emotional body, and that would be Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. And the wands would be Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. And then we have the pentacles, which is represented by the earth, Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. And the pentacles are the slowest moving suit in the deck.
That's the one we want always. Bring me that abundance. Bring me
Yes.
that abundance.
Yes.
You know, geez. But that's the other thing, people, is abundance comes in so many different forms. It's not just material. So when you're pulling these cards, or when you're getting these cards pulled for you, it's not always about like your financial situation or even your twin flame love or anything like that. You know, what else is coming into your life? What else is being removed? You know, or do you have a disease? Do you have a sickness? Do you have a mole on your face that you hate that you want to get off? You know, there's so many elements that come into play with tarot that I really believe it's such a good foundation for introspection, because it gives you kind of like areas to kind of look at when you're in your meditative state. Now, if you're looking at tarot to be the answers to everything and to, you know, give you the knowledge of what you should do, it's not how it works. What it is, it's basically the way I use tarot is I go inside myself. I have all this introspection. I come up with these ideas, and then I watch some tarot, and it kind of confirms or validates what I have already come up for myself. Or you can do it the other side, where you watch a tarot reading, or you get a tarot reading, and then based off of that, now you can go start digging and looking at making moves differently. So we are in the Lion's Gate energy, because the Lion's Gate apparently goes from July 28th till August 12th, with the peak being the 8/8 Lionsgate portal. Last year, Lionsgate was intense. I remember having an awesome channeling journey with Lori Ladd. We ended up fighting the dark forces with our love light. It was pretty cool. It was pretty trippy, not gonna lie. I know a lot of people last year woke up at that time. A lot of people last year came online at that time. So what's your vibes about this 8/8 right now? What are your vibes about what's going on, especially off this? That's just the first three cards we pulled. It seems like it's in line with everything we've been talking about the last month, which is we're getting ready for something big to happen. I truly believe first contact is on the way, disclosure. But I also believe that, you know, what if the quantum financial system's coming online? What if the old financial system's actually going offline? What if there's a cataclysm, right? Towers and all this.
Yeah.
So what are you feeling right now? What are you thinking?
So, well, something is going to be disclosed that's going to shake the nation for sure to its core, you know. But like I said, after the tower, I believe is the star card, and that's the beginning of the best part. We're building new Earth. That's what's going on. I'm gonna pull a couple more cards to get a little bit more after this tower.
Okay.
Let's see. The Judgment.
Wow.
Major energies. These are major arcana cards. Major energies.
So what's a major arcana and a minor arcana?
Ace of Pentacles next. So the major are 21 cards out of the 78. They're major events, but also their personality types, archetypes. I haven't learned all of them yet because, like I said, there's 21. It's a lot. But when you have a major arcanas in a reading, it's major energies coming into play versus, you know, these minor.
So something big's going to happen compared to something.
And, you know, the Ace of Pentacles is the last card. So new, solid, stable beginnings. Foundations are being laid. And like you said, this is financial. Pentacles are represented by the financial. So
I don't know, man. I just think it's time. What else is there? What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we going to put masks back on? Like, what the? Let's go. Like, I'm tired. Either at this point, either like, you know, beam me up Scotty, or let's get this show on the fucking road, because I'm done. I'm tired and I want to make it happen. What are we waiting for? And that's even what my guys have come to me a lot lately. You know, what like a lot of the archangels have been talking to me about is like, there's nothing left. They tried so hard to get as many people to wake up before this major thing, because what's going to happen is it's going to destroy people's minds.
Absolutely. Look at this. So we got the Tower and the Judgment. You see,
Right?
people are coming out of coffins. They're awakening. More and more people are. This Tower, this communication that's going to come in, is going to force people to open their eyes. Like, they're not going to be able to deny anything anymore.
And so let's talk about the importance of the pictures on the cards themselves. So let's pick up that Judgment card again and bring it to the camera. Okay, so what we're doing when we look at our cards is the card itself is important, right? Say that this one's a Judgment card, so you could go into the book and read it, or if you know the Judgment, you'd be able to read it off the top of your head. But the key is in the picture itself. When you look at the picture, people channel those images for these cards. These decks are channeled. So not only are the cards themselves and where they're at important, but the picture depicting that card is very important, because every deck is different and every deck highlights different things. Yep. And you could look at the same deck over and over and over again, and somehow every single time you look at it, get a different thing from it based on the reading. And that's how our guides kind of work with us with tarot. It isn't some demon coming in and, you know, using, no, it's literally our guides, being the all-knowing part of us, know literally every card in the deck. They know exactly when the card's going to be the card's going to come out. So that's why when you see a tarot card read and they're shuffling with their eyes closed, they're waiting for the card to be picked by their guides. And that usually happens by it flipping out, or intuitively you just know to stop shuffling. And so how it works is, because the guides know everything, they're basically taking these tarot cards and using it as a way to communicate with us based off our intuition, based off what we know and what we've been taught. And I look at it as this. My guides, I have direct one-on-one conversations as if I'm sitting here with Heather having that conversation now. But I still get guidance through songs, movies, license plates, things that animals that happen, things like that, you know, in tarot, because it's also teaching us to think outside the box, to look at things from a different perspective, to see things that may not be there, and to trust what we see that may not actually be what other people see. And so that's why this whole tarot, I've fallen in love with it, is because it gives me the prompts I need to really comprehend some really deep, complex things when I'm in it. You know what I mean? Because we get into that emotional human state and we can't see the forest from the trees. We can't see the light at the end of the tunnel. And all we're doing is freaking out. All of a sudden now you have these material items that can literally tell you messages to help you calm down, trust, relax, let go, release, surrender. And that's what we're moving into, is we're moving into a major place of surrender in August, right?
Yes.
Lionsgate, it's time. There's nothing left. Here it is. There's no more fight. What are you fighting? The only way you can fight is to surrender. The only way you can fight is to love and to be and to have fun and to do the stuff you love. But to do it in a way that's actually looking behind you and helping somebody to the top. So we're having tower. I'm having feedback on this right now all of a sudden too. I don't know why. So we got the tower, we got the judgment. What do you think the judgment's about?
People awakening.
Okay. So it's discernment. It's not punishment like the Bible and a lot of the religions like to talk about. There's 4 definitions of judgment, by the way, if you go into the dictionary. There's punishment, there's judgment and actual like judging, and then there's discernment, and then there's a 4th one. I don't remember what it is, but discernment is what God is talking about when he's saying judgment. Discerning means to choose between the left and the right path.
As you were saying, the images in the cards are very important. For instance, in this judgment card, you see the little owl?
Didn't even see that. Yes, baby.
Owls are about transformation and rebirth and awakening. But I'm going to just do the description of the judgment card out of this book, keywords. It says rebirth, renewal, rite of passage, calling, awakening, change, decision, forgiveness, redemption, absolution, and judgment. Like I said, people are going to be awakening. from this tower. But out of this all will be a good start. Solid foundations. Ace of Pentacles.
Do you feel this reading's done? Do you want to pull one for Starseeds?
This reading is done.
What should be our focus moving into this 8/8 portal and then the rest of the year?
You know, I'm already getting messages. We need to focus on ourselves. And our healing.
And healing looks different for everybody.
It does. For me, healing is going back into my childhood and finding. First, you got to recognize a trigger. That you're triggered, and then you go back and you see why you're triggered, and then you release it. But also walking through the fire is important. Doing what makes you uncomfortable.
Seriously. And not like the ridiculously uncomfortable stuff. We're talking the uncomfortable stuff that you've always wanted to do, but we create excuses for not doing it.
Yep.
I'm good at that.
I'll admit it.
For this Starseeds reading, I want to focus on that collaboration piece. I want to focus on how I've noticed that a lot of the first waivers and ground crew, they've been traveling more. They've been going to different places and kind of setting up shop in not their home. And I'm noticing that a lot more light workers and Starseeds and way showers are feeling prompted to move forward and connect and collaborate with one another. How does this look for us moving forward? How should we best go about doing this? And how do we get out of our heads into our hearts and create flow so that we're not allowing ego to dictate how we feel about things that aren't actually there or true?
Okay. Hold on. We gotta stand in our power and not be afraid to shine our light. Setting intentions, doing our magic, resting is very important too. And then we have the Hierophant. So this is about learning and teaching. So, you know, I've been guided to start studying again because there was a minute where I was just focused on my healing, and I stopped learning my astrology and stuff. And so now I've been called to start doing that again because we are going to be teaching the next generation. Like, we are the teachers of this next generation. And it's important. I feel that the next two generations are the last of this programming that we have. You know, my daughter, she's 12, and since I am awakened and been doing this, she's really taken off. And last night she comes in and she's like, "Mom, can I use one of your card decks?" I'm like, "Yeah, just make sure you put it back." And she did a card reading, and oddly enough, it told her that she needed to step up and be a leader.
What?
Yes.
Total leader too.
So it's like my child's generation, I feel they're a lot more awakened. They really are. But that's because our, you know, as parents are more awake. We are doing things differently. I don't raise her like my mom did me. Not that my mom raised me bad, but it's different way of being. It's new earth. So
Let's talk about
That's
New Earth for a little bit and what that means and what we mean by, hey, it's New Earth. So like there's new rules, there's new laws that we're playing by. I mean, the universal laws are the universal laws. We're talking about the material laws here on this world. And the idea that it would take 20 years of grinding your butt off to get anywhere, it's not the case anymore. I mean, you can choose to grind. You can choose to be the way we were even a year or two ago in the old Earth, but that's just not how it works anymore. What works is doing the right work at the right time for the right reasons with the right intentions, and you will manifest everything you possibly need. It takes surrender, letting go, acceptance. And these are all words that we didn't really study or pay attention to in old Earth. We were all about getting it and making it happen and grinding and
Yep.
in mine. And, that's all about the money. Well, what happens if money goes away? Ask yourselves that question. What happens if there's no more money in the world? What would 95% of people do? What would you do if you didn't need to actually pursue money?
Be happy.
Well, we would be, because we've been putting the work in at the last couple of years to try to find that. But what happens to a good amount of people who don't have that little rabbit on the Greyhound track to chase anymore? I'll tell you what happens. Your identity goes away and you end up with a tower and a tower and a tower and a tower. And that's exactly what's happening right now. And that's what this shift is. It's a shift in perspective. It's a shift in energy. And the more that we bring in the light into our bodies, the more we anchor the light into Mother Gaia, the more we raise our vibration in our body, the more we unlock our DNA, the more quickly we can manifest, the bigger we can manifest, and the less we have to fret about things that don't matter because they're illusions and they're not real. And that's exactly what's happening right now with this 8-8 portal. Is ground crew and first waivers came online, and we've had a year of learning how to exist on this planet at this time with all this craziness. It's intense, it's hard, it's difficult, it's challenging, it's painful, it's uncomfortable, but it's almost like we got our sea legs now, right? So we've just gotten our sea legs, and now we're ready to kind of be those salty sailors and help out the greenbacks. And that's exactly what's about to happen. And what's been happening is more and more people are going to wake up. I even think double the amount of last year are going to wake up with this next wave.
Mm-hmm.
Which means that those who have done the work are going to have to then lead. We're going to have to show people the way. We're going to have to work the light. We're going to have to be warriors of the light, which is information. And we're going to have to be the ones to reach behind us and pull people forward. And that's all the 8-8 portal is about. Is it's the end of one cosmic year and the start of a new one. And that's all these portals are, is just as the portals go up throughout the year, they increase in energy, and each portal has a different thing that you work on. But to me, the Lionsgate portal is the portal of the year. That's my favorite portal. I'm a lion. I know Heather's a lioness. And so I'm just really excited for this year compared to last year, because I was in it last year. I didn't even know it was up and down. I was feeling left and right. But now, like, I've come into my own this year. I've really come into some pace and some consistency. I feel more mature. I feel stronger, more courageous, more healthy, more aligned, more abundant, more prosperous, more free. And I want to help other people do the same. Heather wants to help other people do the same. Do you want to pull any more cards? Is there anything else you want to say before we log off?
I'm done pulling cards, but I do want to say, for those who really like ourselves, last year's Lionsgate was major. We're coming out of that. This Lionsgate for us will be our new beginning. And we are going to be helping the next generation, people who are going to start their tower moment. This Lionsgate will be helping them. So that's it.
Well, Heather, thank you so much for logging on with us today and using your skills to help us gain clarity on what's coming up. Super grateful to finally do this with you. We're going to be doing a whole lot more of them going forward. I really enjoy these conversations with you. We definitely connect consciousness and take it to a whole new level. With all you there in the audience, I really appreciate you logging on as well with us. I hope you gain some insight from this information. If there's any type of tarot readings that you would like for us to do, please shoot us a comment or a direct message. If you would like a tarot reading yourself, you can email us at armyofenergy@gmail.com. Heather and I are also Reiki healers. So if you're looking into spiritual mentorship and trying to take your ascension to the next level, we definitely could help you with that. Just jump on a Zoom with us. It's a free consultation. We'll talk for 40 minutes to an hour and see what it's all about. Also, if you want to join the conversation in Telegram, we really do have a burgeoning community. People are on there all sharing their stories from around the world, where we have people from South Africa. We have people from Brazil. We got people from Germany. We got people from Scotland. We got people from all over the United States, New Zealand, Asia. The Army of Energy is growing, people, and we would love to have you become a part of this conversation in a group, in a community of like-minded individuals who are all going through the same stuff that you are. And with that, if you liked what you've seen and heard today, hit that like button. If you want to join the Army of Energy, hit that subscribe button. And with that, I hope you have a wonderful day, an even better evening. Have a great weekend, and I will see you all sometime soon. Take care, and goodbye.